His command is there. Continue pitching the same way tonight.
Need more of the same tonight. Dodgers and Padres game 2 of 3. Let's head out to San Diego. Joe and Orr will have the call. Joe, take it away.
All right, John, the series continues from San Diego, and we've got another beautiful night for baseball. The Dodgers and the Padres, the middle game in this 3-game series, and what a game it was to begin this series. What a pitcher's duel it was. Yamamoto goes 7 innings, gives up the home run to Andujar in the first inning, and that was it. But Michael King just a touch better. 7 scoreless innings, and that back end of the bullpen a bit shaky in the 9th inning for Mason Miller, but he's able to finish it off. A 1-0 Padres win. Padres moving to first place in the West by a half game. We welcome inside with Orr Hershiser. I'm Joe Davis. What a way to get this season series started between these teams last night.
Yeah, this is something the Dodgers don't want to extend. They've fallen out of first place. They're a half a game back. They can get it back again tonight. Starting pitching was not the issue last night. Yamamoto, the 7 innings, just the 1 run allowed. And this is the last week or so. Really all season, they've been one of the best starting staffs in baseball. Yeah, near the top of the National League, really the top of Major League Baseball as far as these starters. They're getting it done with 2 sides of the one lefty and a bunch of righties. And when you look at what's going on with these starters, they're attacking early and they're keeping the guys off the base. But tonight, Emmett Sheehan coming off of his best outing on just under 100 pitches. The innings went deep just like the other starters. And this was a guy that you were thinking is going to be out of the rotation. Well, he's not. He should be a formidable guy tonight. Starting rotation good all season for the Dodgers. Not the case for the Padres, but during their 4-game winning streak, a sub-2 ERA for the group. Yeah, and you've got to get on these guys because that bullpen behind him is dangerous. So the Dodger offense got to get going against these starters. Although tonight it'll be Griffin Canning, 3 starts so far for the Padres, and he's given up more than a run per inning. Down to the field now. Here's Kirsten.
Thank you, Joe. If you look over the weekend as what the offense was able to do, they put up 31 runs. Last night they were shut out. So what we've been seeing is over the last month has been a bit more feast or famine. But with talking to the guys, they said last night they felt like you just had to tip their cap to the pitchers on the Padres side, whether it was Michael King or that bullpen. But they had some positives, not only getting 10 base runners, but getting the pitch count up for some of those back-end relievers. They felt really good about that. And even Dave Roberts today said that he still feels very optimistic that this offense is continuing to trend in the right direction. He just wants to see them get going early against Griffin Canning, guys.
All right, Kirsten, as the Dodgers try to tie this series up at a game apiece, and these fans try to do what the fans last night did and turn this into an October environment. We've got first pitch coming up on SportsNet LA.
Absolutely. For Dodgers and Padres coming up. Padres fans cannot wait for these games, and Dodger fans love to travel south to Petco. It's like a playoff atmosphere in the month of May, Jerry, when these two teams get together down there.
And listen, it's entertaining. Even though last night it was a 1-0 ball game, there is some drama in the ball game last night. So hopefully they continue to provide entertainment for all the fans, and the Dodgers become victorious once again tonight. So I love the fact that they're both really good ball clubs.
Yeah, and it is a great atmosphere. I like it. It's like a playoff atmosphere, and you know, and the Dodger fans, they come, and it's such a great feeling to see all those Dodger fans there.
Dodgers shut out last night. Time to bounce back and put up some offense for that guy, Emmett Sheehan. First pitch is coming up after the break.
Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. The real sourdough star is back at Carl's Jr. You can get it for just $5.99 for a limited time. And by your Southern California Ford dealers. Discover the complete Ford lineup. Rugged, stylish, and powerful trucks and SUVs engineered for your adventures. Another perfect night for baseball. Beautiful Petco Park. Game 2 between the Dodgers and the Padres. And while there wasn't much to write home about in the first game, Shohei Ohtani did keep going. He had a couple of hits. He walked. He's hitting .500 over his last 5 games. Coming to life after the couple days off last week, really right before the back-to-back days off, when he hit a home run in that Giants series, and he kept it going against the Angels, and on base 3 times in the first game of this series. Here's the lineup that he'll lead off with Mookie Betts hitting second, Freddie Freeman trying to end an 0 for 16 slide, hitting third at first base. Kyle Tucker's in right. Will Smith does the catching. Max Muncy's at third, hitting sixth. He has really had a hard time against Griffin Canning, tonight's Padres pitcher. Andy Pages in center field hitting 7th with Teoscar Hernandez, 370 his last 10 games. And Ha-Seong Kim has reached base 5 times his last 2. Now, the aforementioned Griffin Canning ruptured his Achilles last June when he was pitching for the New York Mets. He had a really good season going, but that ended the year. Signed a 1-year contract with the Padres, finished off the rehab from that injury. He's come back and was decent in his first start. It's been a disaster the last 2. In 11 innings total, he's given up 13 runs.
Still a small sample size, but when you think about what he has done, it's ground ball machine, and the balls have been finding the holes. The exit velocity has been high, so he's giving up a lot of hard ground balls, but he has a lot of whiff in there and a lot of ground ball percentage. And you know what? The expected compared to the actual ERA against these pitches, the expected is about 4, not the 10 that you see instead. So when you think about this guy, this is not going to be an easy game like immediately we're going to get a ton of runs off him. He has been tough in certain situations. It's just he's got to get the ball hit at somebody. He's pitched in a lot of bad luck.
Longtime Angel, and went to the Mets last year, was having that great season, and the Dodgers don't have to have that long a memory to know that he can be good. He pitched at Dodger Stadium last year, 6 scoreless innings, struck out 7, didn't walk anybody. You know, for those 5 years when he was with the Angels, had some good moments, but injuries kind of ruined that whole thing big picture, and had the 2nd worst ERA in the American League. And he said it was just a classic change of scenery case, going to the Mets and seemingly turning his career around, and tries to get back on track after this rough start against his old Angels teammate Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers. 1-0 Padres in the first game, a pitcher's duel. 7 innings from Michael King to get the win, 7 scoreless innings. 7 innings, just 1 run for Yamamoto, but a loss. So the first Dodger pitcher to go 7 innings, give up just 1 run and lose in 8 years. Tough luck King right there when it comes to a lack of support, and felt it again last night to have the Dodgers' 5-game winning streak come to an end. Canning threw his wide. Off we go with a pop foul, strike 1. The win for the Padres was their 4th in a row. They've won 7 of their last 9 and leapfrogged the Dodgers by a half game in the division. No balls and 2 strikes. Canning's throwing that changeup more than any other pitch, and he might want to rethink that. Hitter's 476 against it.
It's like it's in development, but it hasn't developed yet.
Doubles up on it, misses to Ohtani. 2 hits and a walk yesterday. Dodgers had 5 hits and 5 walks in the game. Constant traffic, especially through the late innings, but did not come up with a big hit. Ohtani pokes a base hit to left field. Sheets hustles over there, but it's all the way to the corner before he corrals it. Leadoff double, Shohei Ohtani.
Very little movement in this swing. He just kind of slashes at it, keeps his hands back, and just barely turns his hips, barely turns his shoulders, and just throws the head of the bat at it. Hits it solid. Solid enough to make it to the wall.
And so it takes just 1 hitter to set the Dodgers up with a chance at redemption from yesterday when they were 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. That's 1 for 4. Had a single in the first inning, and then he was the guilty party for a couple of those at-bats with runners in scoring position. And he got a call right there. New catcher today, it's Freddie Fermin instead of Rodolfo. Yesterday was 3 for 3 on those challenges, and Fermin could have pulled the trigger and been successful there, but chose not to. 2 balls and no strikes on Betts.
Mookie looked like coming into yesterday he was starting to come out of it, but those big at bats he wasn't able to come through. But I still like his flight pattern. I still feel good about where he's at and his coming back off the IL.
Sharp ground ball. Tatis gets there from his old spot as shortstop, throws Betts out. Brand new to second base. Craig Stammen, the manager, was saying the other day, you could pick pretty much any spot and he could play Gold Glove level there. He is that talented, that gifted physically.
The range and the glove, not that big a deal. Pretty pedestrian. But the throw and to be accurate with your body going that aggressively towards third base and throwing it back to first, outstanding.
From shortstop to right field into second base with Jake Cronenworth on the concussion IL. Ground ball did advance Ohtani to third, and it brings up Freddie Freeman. First pitch slider for a strike. Infield comes in already for San Diego. Freeman had 2 walks yesterday, but he struck out twice and is now 0 for his last 16. On the 0-1 from Canning. Lifts it to left field. Back goes Sheets onto the track at the wall, off the very top of the wall. It's a home run. It's a home run for Freddie Freeman in a big way to snap the long skid. 2-0. Dodgers on the board in San Diego.
Well, the formula to beat this San Diego Padre team is to get them early because their bullpen is outstanding, and this is real early, and this is just enough length, isn't it? Going to score the run with a sac fly. Going to score 2 with that ball.
So the Dodgers on the board, 3 hitters into the game after they get shut out in the first game. And you could not pick a better guy when you're looking ahead to have do that than Freddie Freeman. Oh, 0-2 on Kyle Tucker. Dave Roberts is saying today, Freddie not in a great place right now when he's not collecting a bunch of hits. He's never a very happy guy about that. He's lived his entire career around 300 and comes into this game at just 254. He's also been a bit under the weather lately. Routine for Tatis. And out number 2. This is some nice medicine, though.
Sac fly would have been nice, but the fact that this one makes it just barely over the wall with the fans' hands in the first row. Just enough for a big smile.
Dodgers 2, Padres nothing, and now Will Smith. Will not quite as profound as Freddie's recent slump, but 0 for 4 with a pair of Ks yesterday, and his average, his OPS, lower than you're used to seeing from him, especially that OPS down below 700. One ball, one strike. More the same for Griffin Canning in Milwaukee in his last start. Walked 4 in a row in the first inning. Needed 43 pitches to get through the first inning, and then in the second gave up 4 hits. He had an error himself, and he was out of the game after 1 2/3, having given up 6. He's in the strike zone less than any pitcher in baseball. And the Dodgers, when they're at their best, will make a guy like that leave the game very quickly. Here's his 3-1 to Smith. Poked to deep right field. Castellanos into the corner to put it away and end the inning. But the Dodgers jump on the board first. Freddie Freeman with an opposite field home run. Number 5 for number 5. 2-0 as Sheehan takes the ball. Padres, the top of it, the same as last night. The differences come at the bottom where Ty France gets a start at first base and Freddie Freeman does the catching out of the 9th spot for Craig Stammen. Working on a win presented by the Home Depot. Like Yamamoto, the biggest problem for Sheehan this season has been the first inning. Once he's gotten through that, excellent. And similar numbers when you break his season down, first couple starts versus the 6 starts since then. Gave up 8 runs in his first 2 games, 3.50 ERA since, coming off these 6 innings against the Giants, where he only gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. Fires the 1-0 to Tatis. Catches the corner for a strike, and here's how he did it against San Francisco.
He had both the fastball and the slider working, and the four-seamer was the headline of the news because that has been something that was abandoning him at the beginning of the year, but the last couple of starts he's had a good one.
Yeah, opponents 1 for 16 the last 2 games against that fastball. They've been hitting above 400 against it prior to that. And talking with the pitching coaches, and Brandon Gomes today said that is the #1 outcome from his mechanics getting ironed out. Strikes out Tatis promptly, abusing him with the slider.
Slider has a lot of swing and miss in it, and especially now that the fastball is being located better, getting down the hill, and a very sharp break at the end.
If Sheehan and the Dodgers get 7 of those today, you get your free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with the purchase of a large drink at LA area Jack in the Box restaurants. Well, the offense for the Padres last night came from this guy, Miguel Andujar. 2 for 4 with a home run in the first inning. And now hitting .298, where the rest of the team is hitting .215. It's on a $4 million contract. 1 year, $4 million, and he's been their best hitter. They're asking him last night about how did it feel to have the leg up on Shohei Ohtani, the guy that you missed out on Rookie of the Year against in 2018, and he laughed and he said, look, Shohei's the best player in the world, but I'm still pretty good too.
I'm sure his agent's going to get a call if he keeps this up about an extension.
For a while, it looked like he was just kind of a forgotten guy. He was hurt for years and bounced from one team to another. Hit .318 last year, though, between the A's and the Reds during that 1-year contract. And doing it again so far. Bounces this one left side. Muncy has the angle. 2 out. Or it has not been Machado or Tatis or Merrill. It's been guys like Andujar, guys like Gavin Sheets, who comes up to the plate here. National League Player of the Week. 10 for 16 in the previous week with 4 home runs, and the Dodgers did a good job to slow him down last night. 0 for 3, struck out twice. Sheets was sort of Andujar last year. Came on a small contract, made the team, and made his name. Curve lands for a strike, 1-1.
20-mile-an-hour differential right there. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and dropped that little dewdrop 76 in there.
Roxon fires the 1-1 pitch, challenges him with a fastball up to 97.
97 with good location. That is the key. That'll keep him away from the home run ball that has plagued him.
Facing the home run leader on the Padres right here. Sheets has 9. Tries to lay off the slider and does. We were talking about the mechanics getting fixed, leading to the fastball being good in a couple ways. The command you're talking about, and also that velocity we saw. We saw flashes of that in his first few starts, but it was dropping off drastically as starts would go on. Against the Giants last week, he was able to hold it mid to upper 90s. Going to conquer those first inning demons. 3-2 on Gavin Sheets. Sheehan throws and misses away. A 2-out walk.
Almost had a clean inning. Had a good start at the 3rd out. Just couldn't finish it off.
So the first inning keeps on going, and up comes Machado. Struck out twice yesterday, 4 for his last 52. Dropping his average to 180 for the year. Only TJ Friedel of the Cincinnati Reds has a lower average than Machado. Long enough track record, we figure it's a matter of time, but you also look and into his mid-30s now. Father time comes for everybody eventually. Although it would be more surprising to have him not figure it out.
Yeah, mid-30s should not feel old for him. Just the elite ability, the elite sense of the game. His ability to rise to the big occasions. That would be a huge drop-off.
On a 2-1 from Sheehan. Leaves it upstairs for ball 3. 7-time All-Star. He was saying the other day, look, the main thing is we're still winning games. Now, he's the biggest reason, or the first reason, at least, that this turnaround happened in San Diego. Coming here in 2019. Signed through 2033.
That's interesting, that take right there. 3-1, 2-out man on first, and he gets a fastball in the inner half, and he's flinching at it.
Mentioned it last night, but he doesn't have a hit against a fastball in over 2 weeks. See what Sheehan goes with on 3-2. Sheets will get a head start. Time taken by Machado.
Don't see a lot of that from him in the past either, taking practice swings.
The payoff from Emmett Sheehan. Fastball hammered. Center field. Pages back. Goodbye. Tied at 2. And as Dave Roberts was saying yesterday, he looks down, he doesn't see 180, hasn't had a hit against a fastball in weeks. He sees Manny Machado, 7-time All-Star, and he looks like it on that swing to tie the game.
The 3-1 fastball, inner half, was a little bit farther in. This one is more middle, and he didn't miss it. He stood in the box. He hasn't hit one like that in a long time, so he admired it.
So back at square one with a pair of 2-run home runs in the first inning. Sander Bogarts flies it into shallow center field. Pages back at first now comes on. Sheehan was 1 strike away from finishing off a 1-2-3 inning. Walks Gavin Sheets and gives up the homer to Machado. A pair of future Hall of Famers who found themselves slumping coming into this game connect on first inning home runs, and 1 run combined over 9 innings last night. We already got 4 through an inning tonight. On to the second we go. Max Muncy leads off against Griffin Canning and takes ball 1. Muncy 0 for 10 against Canning with 6 strikeouts. He's also got 4 walks in there, and I was asking him about it before the game today. He said he feels like every at-bat he has against Canning goes 3-2 and then either ends in a walk or a strikeout, and in this case it ends in a base hit. First one for Muncy in a few days, and it leads off the second.
Max's numbers say he was in a mini slump, but he still looked good in the box. He looked like he was working the counts, knew the strike zone. Just ball was not falling in for him. That one found a hole.
Leadoff man aboard. Here's Andy Pages. Pages 4 for his last 30, and for the first time since March, that average has dipped below 300. Plays off the sinker, and it's 2-0.
Canning came into the game struggling against right-handed batters, but it's been the Dodger 3 lefties that have gotten the hits. 2 of them to the opposite field, and once he's pulled ground ball.
'30-year-old from Mission Viejo. Went to Santa Margarita Catholic, pitched for the Eagles, and then on to UCLA. Angels drafted him in the 2nd round. He's one of their top pitching prospects. On his 7th major league season. Brings a 2-1 to Padres and misses with ball 3. Full count.
Good hack right there on that 3-1 fastball. Just a pretty good and located fastball. Keep it off the meaty part of the bat.
Shot to right field. Righty Castellanos makes the catch. And Padres the first out of the inning. Teoscar Hernandez perhaps enlivened by getting dropped in the order and seeing Alex Call come in and play the way he was when he was starting for Teoscar. Is hitting .370 over his last 10 games. First pitch change down low. Dodgers continue to wait him out.
Yeah, that first pitch, Teo took it, and it was a great take. Could have easily been offering at that and grounded into a double play. That ball had good bite. It was on a majority of the plate, but just a little low. Now you're in a really good hitter's count.
On this 2-0, takes a strike. Sinker dives back in. That's new for him this year. Counting when he was with the Angels through his 4-seam about 40% of the time. That's down below 30%, and it's fielded in with a bunch of different pitches. Much wider arsenal, much less predictable. That slider backs up, but he gets a swing and a miss, and Griffin Canning has his first K.
It's a hanger, but it's overhung, and it just ends up jamming hitters. They usually pop it up or swing and miss like that. A pitch that you wish you could design, but you can't. Just happens.
Even when it feels like you can design any kind of pitch these days. Surprised they haven't come up with a backup slider in the lab. Kim with 2 out, takes strike 1.
They know the characteristics of it. It's just, how do you throw it? Throw your regular slider and make it slip out this much.
Single and a walk for Kim yesterday. He's reached base 5 times his last 2 games. Teams continue to attack him down and away like that, though. Love to see him slap that ball the other way.
Yeah, he needs to use the left side of the diamond a little bit more, and he will find more consistency. he's strong enough to be able to turn on the inside fastball, even though he's headed towards left field.
Fermin with a good stop. Freddie Fermin has not hit much, but one of the best defensive catchers in the league. Got him at the deadline last year from Kansas City, where he had been Sal Perez's backup for his entire career. Leadoff single from Muncy. He's still at first. And that'll be it for the Dodgers. Canning with a pair of Ks to finish them off. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Jack's new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal with a chance to win the $75,000 prize for Jack's 75th anniversary. Jackson Merrill starts this inning against Emmett Sheehan, who pumps a fastball in there for a strike. Glass half empty. First inning problems again. Glass half full. It's not the first inning anymore.
Two out, nobody on, a 1-2 count. All of a sudden, those first inning problems jumped up on him. Machado made him pay after the walk.
That's been the one way to get to him this year, has been the home run. He's given up 23 runs. 14 of them have come off of homers. Now, granted, last time the 2 runs that he gave up were on an inside the park home run, which was really product of a misplay from Teoscar Hernandez. That close to 6 scoreless innings against the Giants. Here's his 1-2 to Merrill. Changeup's taken low. Count evens up. Merrill yesterday 0 for 3 and is 1 for his last 24. .292 as a rookie. Runner-up to Paul Skeens for Rookie of the Year. .264 his second year. .202 here in his third season. Still just 23 years old, though. Still the youngest guy on the team, and it feels like he's been here forever. He was 20 when he made his debut as the opening day center fielder. Golfs a fly ball to right field, but just misses it. Kyle Tucker will haul it in for the first out. Well, it's a very right-handed heavy lineup that the Padres send out there, and that's good news for Sheehan. Righties have an OPS 400 points lower than lefties do against him. Here's a righty right here, Nick Castellanos.
Slider is good. In the first inning, when he gave up the 2 runs, it was the fastball command. They were just at about 50%. And Machado hit the fastball that was near the middle. There it is. Keep that in the zone. Try and keep it on halves of the plate, the correct half that you're trying to set up the next pitch with. The last fastball sets up the slider right here if he wants to go to it. Use the same window.
Overthrew it, though.
He hit the side of the house. He didn't hit the window.
Mom's happy.
Yeah.
One and 2 on Castellanos. Change catches the inside corner for strike 3.
This changeup has some severe movement here tonight. This thing really darts. Threw one earlier in this inning that went straight down with that same kind of tailing action, but also some depth.
That's the biggest change that Emmett made while he was coming back from his Tommy John surgery, was to his changeup. He tried the new kick change grip and loved it. Old grip was bothering him coming back from the surgery. Ty France dumps this one into the seats. Foul ball, strike one. At the last moment, finger kind of kicks the baseball, throws it off its axis. It's kind of the in vogue pitch du jour early on last year. Instant replay, foul ball, but this one a little closer to Freddie, and he's got room to make the catch. So Emmett Sheehan settles back in with a 1-2-3 second. Performance Spotlight is sponsored by your Southern California Nissan dealers. Ohtani with a double and a run scored in the first inning drives his average to .524 over his last 6 games. Leads off the third in a 2-2 game. Yeah, it takes a strike from Griffin Canning.
That hit to the opposite field just shows how much he trusts his hands by keeping that front side in. That really, in his slump, was the main problem, that the hip and the shoulder on the front side were turning out at the same time and opening him up, having him lose his balance.
Just kind of slapped it over there for the leadoff double. Scored on Freddie Freeman's home run. The 2-1 from Canning. Shohei takes a ball. 3-1. First developed that swing with a racket. Going with his mom to her badminton matches. Racket sports and swimming before it was baseball. Takes a leadoff walk here with his frame and how athletic and powerful he is. Had he chosen swimming, I'm sure we'd be talking about him winning gold medals.
Dive in the pool and touch the other end.
He's been on base 5 of 6 times up in this series. He's on for bats. Grounded out his first time. Mookie, when he got hurt, was 171 pounds. We got a challenge coming here. It's powered by T-Mobile. I was wondering when Fermin was going to use one. And a few borderline pitches that he's not called. This one he does get overturned. So Mookie 171 and started the season, time that he got hurt, but then a month of not being able to do anything at all. Said, I'm going to put on a little bit of weight. Didn't do anything other than eat. Doubled his protein shake consumption, 2 of them a day. He said he got on the scale the other day, 182.3, the highest that he's ever been. And it's harder now that he's burning thousands of calories a day back to being a full-time player, but he said he's doing his best to maintain the weight because likes how it feels. I don't know if it actually helps me hit the ball any better, but I like how it feels. Lines this one to left center. Sheets is there to take it away. Holy Sheets is what they say here when he does something right. And he's doing that all the time these days. All-State Good Hands replay showing it.
Ranging to his left, but being a left-handed thrower, reaches up with the backhand to get this ball.
He's played very little left field in his career before getting here to San Diego. Only a handful of games out there this season. He's been their primary first baseman. So Freddie Freeman at the plate and left the yard his first time up.
Sheets doesn't get to this one. He actually probably could have tried to climb the wall there, but just took the stutter steps to watch it.
Freddie says thank you very much for out-robbing me. No 1-1, Canning. Long wait, runs that pitch clock all the way down and comes home with a fastball to the top of the zone. Strike 2. Changeup feathered over the outside corner. Freddie's asking, did I swing? I don't know what the answer was, but he's caught out on strikes. The pitch was out of the zone.
Didn't look like he swung. The pitch is out of the zone.
Thing is, by then it's too late to challenge.
Well, you can challenge. I think when you get the information from the umpire, oh no, maybe you have to challenge right away. I don't know, but in my brain, I'd want to know how you called it, and then once he said that was a called strike, then I would challenge like right then when he says that.
Yeah, no, it's got to be right after. Zero hesitation.
Yeah, because
there's a lot of gray area there too.
Yeah, because he's busy like checking his swing, and now he hears the strike call, and he doesn't know which way it goes. That's a hard thing to convince your brain it's time to challenge right away.
I just mean, though, to be able to collect information from the umpire and then you can challenge. It's like, where do you draw the line on that?
I know. I'm just saying, as a competitor in the box, in the midst of a check swing, that's a lot to process and quickly hit your helmet. They would take the challenge away if all of a sudden he said it was on the swing. You'd get your challenge back because it's a non-challenge. You're not challenging a check swing.
2 balls and a strike on Tucker, who has homered twice against Canning. All American League West foes, Astros and Angels. Repeat of last inning so far. Dodgers get the leadoff man on, and then nothing doing. They had Muncy aboard with the leadoff single last inning, then 1-2-3. Leadoff walk from Ohtani here. He's still at first with 2 out. Canning deals 2-1.
Because we don't have the answer on whether Freddie was called out on a swing or the called pitch, it's like, which way do you make your K on your score sheet?
Oh, yeah. I went backwards. What did you do?
I did forward.
Did you?
It was looking? Wow. Okay.
Nice play, Chris Woodward. Foul ball. Count is full on Tucker. Looking for his first hit of this series. Dodgers looking for their 30th win of the year. Both teams sitting on 29. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Same pattern as last inning. Leadoff man reaches, then 1-2-3 with a pair of strikeouts for Canning.
MLB is partnering with Crisis Text Line to increase mental health awareness. Free 24/7 confidential support in English and in Spanish. Text MLB to 741-741.
Tied at 2 on a pair of first inning home runs. Freeman for the Dodgers, Machado for the Padres, and Freddie Fermin leading off this third against Emmett Sheehan. 9-hitter for the Padres, 265 for his career, 160 so far this season. At the age of 31, his first real chance to be a starting catcher, at least from the start of the year. He was that after they got him from Kansas City the deadline last year. 1-1 on Fermin, who didn't even sign a pro contract until he was 20 years old. He'd given up hope that he was going to be a pro ball player, and then Royals offered him $10 grand. 7 seasons in the minors, didn't make it to the major leagues till he was 27. And he gets his first chance to be the guy at 31. Pops out to Mookie Betts for the first out of the third. Then a word from Kia. Back to the top of the order. Tatis struck out his first time and was not close on a couple sliders from Sheehan. Now 2 for his last 24. Up the middle, Kim in shallow center field flips a throw to first just in time.
That was slightly nonchalant.
I was thinking the same thing, yeah.
But he really had confidence in his arm and the timing. Very quick release.
San
The foot
Diego's
is
challenging
just
the outcall of
over
first
the
base.
bag, or is it on the bag?
I think that nonchalance cost him.
Ooh, I think, yeah, he's safe by about a foot. Ball outside the glove. Yep. He could have backhanded it, taken a little hop, and gunned it over there.
So that's going to be an infield hit for Tatis.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. San Diego retains.
One out base runner for the Padres.
Good hustle by Tatis to smell that. Did not give up.
Up comes Andujar. Well, Kim's average throw, which is mostly from shortstop, so consider that. But his average throw is in the mid-80s. That was 59.
Yeah. It was a quick release, and he did not take, full advantage of loading the gun.
Tatis inching off to a good lead over there, not running, and Andujar can't lay off. 2-1.
Guessing fastball, guessing strike, starting early, but gets slider and can't hold up.
One of the most aggressive guys out there. Makes a ton of contact with that aggression. Even bigger lead this time for Tatis. 11 stolen bases, although he's been caught 6 times. There he goes. Nope, lays off. Andujar ropes a high liner and finds the seats again. 2 games, 2 home runs for Andujar. 2-run lead for the Padres.
Ball is crushed, almost 107 miles an hour off the bat. Gets on top of a fastball and just lines it out of here. He knew he got it. He's going to observe it just like Machado did. Machado's to center. Had a lot more time than this one to watch it. This was out in a hurry.
5th overall, 3rd over an 8-game hitting streak for Andujar. The Padres have gone from down 2 to up 2 on a pair of home runs. One out, Gavin Sheets takes a strike, and similar to the first home run, Orla, comes right after a situation we felt like he should have gotten an out. It was 1 and 2 on Sheets and then walked him ahead of the Machado home run. And that ground ball that Kim didn't put all he had on the throw, and Tatis gets the infield hit and comes in to score. Way up there. See if Freeman has room. Not quite. Up into the 3rd or 4th row.
Emmett has now given up 9 home runs, and 6 of the 9 have been with men on base. So from the stretch today, both home runs from the stretch.
First time in about a week, Dodgers starting pitcher hasn't been elite. They've given up just 6 runs the last 6 games. Out of the 1-2 comes home. Sheets fouls it off again.
Change up blowing away, you get him.
Curve on a tee, got away with it.
Sure did. Will Smith's target was down in the dirt. He was rubbing his glove in the dirt behind home plate. More sliders to righties, more curved balls to lefties.
Another 1-2 way inside. '50th pitch already for Sheehan. 9th one of this at bat. It'll be a 10th. And Sheets had that huge week, 10 out of 16, but he said his favorite part was the quality of the at-bats, the walks that he took in there as well. He had 7 walks to go along with the 10 hits. And he said good weeks start with good swing decisions. This has been more about fouling off 2-strike pitches, and now a good swing decision, laying off to work the count full.
He's seen pretty much every pitch. Got all the information he needs. You're gonna have to make a quality pitch here to keep him from barreling something up.
Sheets lofts one to right field. Tucker, long run, but gets there. Manny Machado came into the game 4 for his last 52, connected on a 2-run home run his first time up.
3-2 count after taking a 3-1 fastball. He didn't miss the 3-2 one.
7th this season, 376th of his career. Machado with a realistic chance at 500 home runs. He'd need about 17, 18 per year for the remainder of his contract. And a shot at 3,000 hits as well. He's at 2,099 hits. So he'd need about 120 per year over the life of his contract. He's done that 10 times. Grounded to short. Betts gets in front of it. Throws off of the mark, but all day to get back to the bag and get Machado. 2-run home run for Andujar. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Well, Griffin Canning hardly got any swing and miss to start the game, but he's got 4 Ks the last 2 innings. Gets a bunch of swing and miss. Comes home to Will Smith overall so far this year, but usually that's only if you're chasing. He's rarely in the strike zone. This is with his first pitch to Smith. Now Will lifts a fly ball to center field. Merrill the call and the catch.
That's the 10th swing on something firm that he's thrown, and the Dodgers have not missed one of them. All their swings and misses have been on non-fastballs. So something other than the fastball, the sinker, or the cutter.
Muncy, who got his first hit against Canning in his 11 career at-bats against him. That's the lone hit for the Dodgers since Freeman's home run. Yeah, and it ends an 0 for 8 slide the last couple days. 6 strikeouts in those 8 at-bats. One of those against Mason Miller in the 9th inning. And Max told me today that Mason Miller's different than anybody he's ever faced. Said some guys are big and come at you way over the top in that extension. Some guys throw really hard. He's both. So that 101 feels like 110. Three balls, 1 strike.
Max might be cheating on this pitch right here. Good cut at a changeup. Just missed it, but timed it up right.
Now the payoff. Yeah, we'll do it again as he fouls back the sweeper. Pages waits on deck as Muncy waits on another 3-2 and goes down swinging. Strikeout number 5 for Canning.
Change up and another swing and miss at a non-fastball.
Pages with the bases empty. Breaks his bat. Bogarts got him. 1, 2, 3, 4. First clean and into the game for Canning.
Join the Dodgers for Dave Roberts bobblehead night on May 25th, presented by Toyo Tires. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Dodgers down a pair as Xander Bogaerts starts the bottom of the 4th inning. Emmett Sheehan comes home and has strike 1 on Bogaerts.
There was a slider right there. It's been the fastball that has burned him tonight. Padres are 2 for 6 with the 2 home runs off the fastball and no Ks. The last 2 starts for Emmett coming into this one. His fastball, those 2 teams only hit 1 for 16 off of it.
His 0-2 is in the dirt. 1 and 2 on Bogaerts. Fly to center field his first time. Lone hit of this series for Bogaerts was an infield hit last night. He's got more of those than any hitter in baseball the last decade. Leans out, sends a fly ball to left center field. Easy one for Teoscar Hernandez in the first out of the 4th. So now Merrill, we're talking about the decline in numbers for him since his rookie season when he was above 290. There's also the fact that as a rookie, you're untested and you're going to see a lot more strikes until you prove the team's better be a little more careful. Flips this ball to center field for a base hit. He's aboard with one away here in the fourth. So fewer strikes, and he's still swinging. And then teams are going to see that and say, well, we don't have to throw you strikes. We're not gonna.
Yeah, this one barrel's overrated off the end of the bat. He's glad he didn't get it on the barrel, because Pages, where this ball flight is headed, would be an out to center field. Instead, it's a bloop hit.
1-on-1 out for Castellanos. It was a huge rookie year for Merrill, and then he signed the big contract extension. Last year you could chalk it up to the injuries. Had a great finish to the year and still had decent numbers overall, but I think folks around baseball are looking at him as one of the top bounce back candidates, expecting him to tap back into what he did for his rookie season. We've not seen that yet. Fly ball carved out to right. Tucker, 2 out. Ooh, throw back to first there. He says, I don't know. Why not?
It's really interesting. That's a way to get a scuffed baseball. Get your outfielders to start throwing them back into the infielders, as they don't take that ball out of play.
Anything for you, Emmett? Did you ever intentionally have an outfielder do that?
No.
I know you had your ways, but
I didn't scuff the baseball.
You enjoyed getting a scuffed ball. Driven the other way by Ty France to deep right center. That's going to land on the track and bounce into the seats, and the Dodgers catch a huge break right there. It's a ground rule double, and Merrill's got to go back to third.
That was interesting ball flight. At first I didn't think it was hit very well, and they were going to catch it in the outfield. Then as it's up there for so long, I think, oh, they're going to catch it for sure. But look where the Dodger outfielders are. They are spread apart, and that right center gap was wide open. They just couldn't get there. And it was a huge gift of that ball bouncing out.
Let's see if Sheehan can take advantage of it here. Second and third, 2 out. The 9-hitter for Mean up. Strike one. I'm glad the inning didn't end, because I didn't want you to not have a chance to defend yourself there.
Oh,
of course,
no.
you didn't intentionally scuff the ball.
Yeah, when I had a scuffed ball, and it was either from the throw down to second that barely got skipped by Mike Scioscia or Rick Dempsey or one of my catchers, or the inning ended on a ground out and they just rolled the ball back to the mound, and in our day they didn't automatically change it. So I'd keep the scuff until I would go to 2-0, because the movement on it, my natural movement, would get accentuated, and a lot of times I couldn't throw it for a strike. I'm like, give me a ball that doesn't have a scuff on it, please.
On the edge, challenge though from Fermin.
Batter's challenging the strike.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Hits the ball.
Overturns, swings the count in Fermin's favor.
So he's 2 for 2, one behind the plate and one in the batter's box.
Catchers for the Padres in this series making an impact with these correct challenge calls.
Secret weapons.
Ran last night 3 for 3. Huge one in the 9th inning to help Mason Miller get on track. To second, Kim's got the hot shot, and Sheehan's out of this without damage. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. All 5 runs for the Padres in this series have come on home runs. A couple 2-run shots today. Machado in the first and Duhar in the third. Griffin Canning was down 2-0, 3 batters into the game, and Freddie Freeman took him deep, but he's given up just 1 hit since. Eight 9-1 for LA with a big smile. Teoscar Hernandez leads off.
Dodger offense better get it done before the 7th inning, because that bullpen is really good.
Last night was a snapshot of how the Padres are in first place. Just enough offense, and then that bullpen not cracking at all. Yeah, the Dodgers are first in ERA. Their hitters first in OPS. The Padres starting rotation 21st. Their hitters 29th. Yet they're a half game better than the Dodgers. And there's one stat in particular you can look at. And certain things lead to this one stat. But they've played more close games than anybody in baseball, games decided by 1 or 2. And they're 14-5 in those games. Dodgers are 7-10. Oh, it hits the bag. The ball has had a magnet to the third base bag in this series. This time it produces a double for Hernandez. Betts had a hit in the first inning like that yesterday.
The one yesterday was a skid that got by Machado. This one, it gets launched off the bag. It's got to be off the front. Wow. Like a trampoline. Here's the one that skids.
Like a slip and slide. Just going with a backyard play.
I like that. Yeah. I liked it a lot.
Here's Kim.
Sorry, I was quiet.
That's okay. Strikeout victim his first time. One of the 5 for Canny. Tani waits on deck. Kim hits this one on the ground to first. That'll advance the runner to third.
Good productive out. Dodgers need to do something as these leadoff hitters are getting on. 4th time in 5 innings they've got the leadoff man on. Need to push this one across.
Same deal last night. Leadoff man on 4 of the last 5 innings and couldn't do it. Shohei has reached base 5 of his 6 times up in this series. A double and a walk today. First one from Canyon is chopped to second. Hernandez will score, and it's a 4-3 game on a pair of productive outs after the double.
Dodgers catch a break that they didn't bring the infield in against Shohei, but I don't think any infielders want to play in against him.
Yeah. Signing the dotted line first.
Yeah.
So they face Betts with the bases empty and 2 out. Five for 28 in his return from the injured list. Cracks this one in the air, straightaway center, but will hang in the yard for Jackson Merrill. Dodgers get a run back halfway home in a 4-3 game.
Be one of the first 40,000 fans and take home a Teoscar Hernandez Mr. Seeds bobblehead on May 30th, presented by Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
That's a fun one. She does toss the seeds. Emmett Sheehan, after his best start of the year against San Francisco, gives up the 2 home runs today and fails to get into the 5th. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. Edgardo Enriquez takes over. 3 straight scoreless outings for the righty. Coming off a 1-2-3 outing where he struck out a pair against the Angels on Friday. They get strike 1 on Tatis.
Padres have struggled against the fastball this year, and there's a big one on the mound.
Tatis a strikeout, then an infield hit. Here he chops one to third, cut off by Muncy. 1 away in the 5th. Now it's Andujar. 2 games in this series, and he's launched a pair of home runs.
That one was a hanging split, and this one is on a fastball. Both middle in.
Pokes this one to second. There's Kim, 2 up and 2 down on 3 pitches.
Three pitches, 3 swings, 2 balls put in play.
The 23-year-old from Venezuela has battled injuries his first couple years in the major leagues. Injuries and a lack of swing and miss, even with that overpowering velocity. Strikeout rate below major league average. Sheets takes 102 outside. The only guy that averages faster than Edgardo Enriquez since he broke in is Mason Miller. Coming into the year, he owned 20 of the 23 fastest pitches of the last decade by Dodgers.
I think Will Smith was thinking about challenging that one, but let it go. It was up just a little.
Comes home with a 3-1. Sheets takes ball 4. Second walk for Sheets.
We had a shot at Emmett Sheehan right there. I think Dave Roberts just didn't want him to face the top of the order again. Dodgers pull within 1 run. He probably feels like I was pitching well enough to get back out there. It's just the 2 home runs, but 67 pitches. It wasn't the pitch count. It was to face these guys the 3rd time around, only down by a run.
Enriquez trying to avoid a repeat of the first inning where Sheehan retired the first 2, walked Sheets, and then allowed the home run to Machado. Fly to right. Scoreless 5th for Edgardo Enriquez. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, serving up handcrafted pizza, crispy fried chicken, and famous Mojo potatoes since 1954. 4-3 Padres into the 6th. Both bullpens now engaged in this game, and for the Padres, as you know, that's the best bullpen in baseball. As you saw last night, Mason Miller finishing the job. Here they turn to Jeremiah Estrada, who's been great against everybody other than the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman to lead off the 6th. Almost hit him with his first pitch. Estrada last year against the rest of the majors gave up 15 runs. Against the Dodgers, he gave up 13 in 6 innings. One on Freeman. This season, 4 runs in his first game, just 1 since. Delivers a 1-1 pitch. Freeman takes ball 2. Freddie ending an 0 for 16 slide with a home run in the first inning tonight. Splitter falls in there, 2-2.
Just barely, just grazed the strike zone. Nice call.
Rob Drake behind home plate tonight. Freeman golfs it to deep right field. Hit! his second of the game, ties the game. He had 2 in his previous 38 games. He's got 2 tonight.
Watch that splitter down and in. Freddie just had one in that same area the pitch before that barely grazed the strike zone. And it's almost like his eye got trained for what that ball was going to do, because it had some good depth and good change of speed. But he was right on it.
And for Jeremiah Estrada, this Dodger nightmare just will not end. Tucker in a 4-4 game. Off the hands into center. Jackson Merrill for the first out of the 6th.
Here's the first pitch to Freddie Freeman before the home run. Just grazes the strike zone. Freddie kind of looks up, gathers that information, and then here's the home run. Started near his right hip, dropped in towards the corner, and he didn't miss it.
Neither did the guy out there with the glove. Good catch. High five for Dad. Will Smith. Slider for a strike. There's Fred. And Alma. Outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2 on Smith.
Wonder if Dad gave him a hitting lesson to get him out of this slump.
Will 3 for 9 against Estrada with a home run. Estrada has given up at least 1 home run in 6 of his 9 outings against the Dodgers since the start of last year. Smith looking for his first hit of this series. 0 for 6. He's lined to right, fly to center tonight. And we have talked about him wanting to pull the ball in the air. Thing is, though, you can't go up there saying, I want to pull the ball in the air. It's the outcome of doing things right and tweaking the mechanics, which just feel a little bit off form right now. So when he does pull it in the air, you'll know he's fixed it. He's worked the count full after falling behind 0-2. I was asking Robert Van Scoyoc about where he's at today, and Rob said he's not one bit worried about where Will's swing is. He said it's never far off. Always one little tweak away. Tie game in the 6th. 3-2 comes home. Smith flexes it to right. There's Castellanos for out number 2. Let's check in with Kirsten.
Thanks, Joe. Well, yesterday ahead of the game when I was talking to Freddie and Alma Freeman, we were talking about just the trip on down, how they were feeling coming into this one. And they said originally they weren't planning on coming to this game, actually. They said sometimes coming down to San Diego can be a little bit tougher. But Freddie had called Mr. Freeman and he said, Dad, I need you there. I need your support right now. But also, I need a ride down to San Diego. So he was definitely on dad duty with his son, guys.
Just like the old days. Strike 1 on Muncy. As a high five, I hit a home run, and a high five, thanks for the ride. Muncy 1 for 2. Over the top of that splitter, 0-2.
8 runs in the game. 7 of the 8 have come because of the long ball. And then the 1 run yesterday was a long ball. So this has kind of been a skills competition of who hits home runs.
On paper, you'd bet on the Dodgers in that. Padres down in the bottom 5 in the majors in slugging. Estrada's 0-2. Muncy takes the ball. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the inning, but the Dodgers have tied it. They get 1 in the 5th, and they get 1 in the 6th on Freeman's second bomb of the night. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by Chili's. Chili's Big Crispy 3 for me, the best $10.99 you can eat. Freddie Freeman's home run has tied it up. It was Freddie Freeman's home run that started the scoring. 2 tonight, 4-4. And a pitch clock violation on the hitter, on Bogaerts, who's late getting into the box here. So Enriquez, before he throws a pitch, has a strike. And now it's Edgardo's turn to be at fault. Home plate umpire Rob Drake says, hang on, you got to wait till he's ready. 17th outing this year for Henriquez, only the 3rd time that he's gone out there for a second inning. 0-2 just like that.
It's a way to keep the pitch count down.
Only 10 pitches to work his way through that 5th inning. There was even a walk in there, so the 3 hitters that he retired was very quick. Home with an 0-2 in the dirt. So different shapes and sizes, these 2 games, but both of them tight, intense. Juice is flowing here. Dave Roberts is saying you don't want to make more of these games than any other 3-game series, because then you tend to overreact, and that's not good. But strikeout right there. Should be, right? No? What did I miss?
What is going on?
Was the violation on Henriquez? I thought for sure Rob Drake pointed at Bogaerts.
I thought so too.
Stadium scoreboard has 2-2. We've got 2-2 at this point as well. Well, it's a strikeout eventually. Strike 5. First out of the 6th. Only the 3rd strikeout of the game for Dodger pitching. So still 4 left for the bullpen to rack up those jumbo jacks for you. Good work by Henriquez tonight. Just 1 walk. Retires the other 4 that he faces. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Just to clean that up, it was in fact a violation on Henriquez, so the count started 1-0. It was not on Bogaerts, but it ends in a strikeout nonetheless. From Henriquez to Alex Vesia. Lefty-lefty, Jackson Merrill's the hitter in a 4-4 game here in the 6th. Flies the first pitch to left field. And 1 pitch for Vesia to get out number 2.
Dave Roberts brings him in to face the lefty, and lefties are only hitting now just below 115 off of him. Now the right-handers, but it's not that much of an improvement. They're only hitting 161 off of him.
And that is how Alex has climbed to the top of the totem pole through the years, being able to trust him against either side. Castellanos with 2 away, takes one that takes off on him. Vesia gave up 3 runs against the Giants Monday last week. So odd to see. Pretty much always puts up zeros, and in the 2 games since then, or in the 3 games since then, he's faced 11 hitters and struck out 6 of them. As if to say, forget about what you saw there. That ain't me. Castellanos 0 for 2 today, 0 for 5 in the series. First-year Padre. Ahead 3-0. Very aggressive hitter. Vesia has not been close to yet. One thing Castellanos has always done well is hit lefties. One of the big reasons the Padres picked him up after the Phillies cut him loose and ate the remaining $20 million on his contract. Padres paying him the league minimum, so they'll take whatever they can get for him, which lately has been a lot more than nothing. Playing more and more, closer to an everyday role lately, after he was mostly off of the bench the first month. 3-1 from Vesia. Castellanos fouls it off and the count is full. Vesia has not given up a hit on that pitch this year. No hits against the slider, 1 hit against the changeup. All set up by that fastball. Here he comes with a 3-2. It is a fastball. Lofted to deep left. Hernandez to the track with just enough room. He just missed. A sigh of relief from Vesia. At a tie game to the 7th.
The first 40,000 fans on May 27th will take home a Yamamoto Game 7 Last Out bobblehead. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Tied at 4 after a 1-0 Padres win in the first game of this series. A little more offense tonight. Ball's been flying out of here. Both teams getting 2 home runs. Bregly Rodriguez comes on to pitch. Andy Pages leads off the bottom of the Dodger lineup with Teoscar Hernandez and Ha-Seong Kim to follow. And Miguel Rojas starting to get scouting reports. Getting ready for his chance to come off of the bench. Pages takes strike 1 from Rodriguez, who made his debut last season. 30 innings in the major leagues for Rodriguez, and he's got a 1.48 ERA. Better against lefties than he is righties, though. It's because of that changeup, which he throws more to lefties, but unafraid to show it to righties, too.
Keeping it away there on that last pitch. You don't want it to leak into the middle with that, especially in a tie game.
Pages on 0-2 lays off the change.
His changeup at 90 miles an hour is only 1 mile an hour short of Vesia's fastball.
Pages chases way outside, strike 3.
Swinging and missing at something firm tonight is odd. That's only the 3rd swing and miss combined at something firm. Between the fastballs, the sinkers, and the cutters, neither team, neither pitching staff is getting swings and misses.
1 out, Teoscar Hernandez. Strikeout and a double in this game. Yeah, Sheehan was coming off a career high 10 swings and misses on his 4-seam. Last check, he didn't have any. And finished without any. 19 swings, no misses on his 4-seam. That's crazy to go from career high to none.
Enriquez was the only one that got swings and misses on his fastball. It was on his sinker, 2 misses. Padres didn't have a swing and miss from their pitching staff on something firm until just now with Pages up there.
There's another. Here it comes.
Here they come.
Faucet turned on. Four-seam fastball misses, flowing out of it. Bradley Rodriguez, 22-year-old from Venezuela. Delivers to Tasker Hernandez, who just kind of throws the bat out there and stays alive.
He was sitting on a changeup, got fastball and goes, I better just foul that off.
And laughing at himself. Knows that wasn't the most picturesque swing. Sinkers up. 2-2. Strike three. Rodriguez, who has a below average strikeout rate, has K'd the first two in the seventh.
One a little wide.
Kim tried to get it back to the top for Ohtani here in the seventh. Morejon's ready if it were to get to Ohtani. Although last night he was ready for Ohtani and they chose to let the righty face him. Lefty's hitting just 122 against Rodriguez. Shallow center field. Bogarts will flag it down and send us to the stretch. Stand and stretch time for the seventh inning stretch. Brought to you by Sit and Sleep.
On the next episode of Backstage Dodgers, relief pitcher Will Klein shows off his love for Magic the Gathering. Plus guitar lessons with Mookie Betts as he takes us inside his latest hobby. Backstage Dodgers, that's tomorrow after the postgame show.
It's Blake Treinen entering this 4-4 game in the bottom of the seventh. Coming off an Angels series where he had a couple scoreless outings. Ty France leads off and takes off at the inside, ball one. 8-9-1 for the Padres. Two-run home run from Machado in the first. Two-run home run from Andujar in the third. Two scoreless innings from the pen. Enriquez 1 1/3. Vesia retires both hitters that he faces. And now here's Treinen in the seventh. Soft grounder to short. Mookie Betts. One away.
Dave Roberts deploying Treinen with a group of 4 right-handed hitters in a row. And he has dominated righties so far this year at a 162 clip. It's the lefties that have had him struggle and really hurt his ERA. They're hitting over 400 against him.
Not one of those until Sheets. Still 4 batters away. Freddie Fermin, who's 0 for 2 and is averaged down to 157. Dodgers trying to win a game that the Padres normally do. These tight ones.
Pretty much this game comes down to the first bullpen to crack is going to probably lose the game.
Pop up high into the San Diego sky. Kim glides under it, puts it away, 2 out.
You might worry coming into a series against the Padres with their bullpen, wondering how the Dodger bullpen has done. Well, they haven't given up a run since May 12th against the Giants. Now it's up over 20 innings in a row, scoreless.
6+ games. Tatis 1 for 3 with a run scored tonight. Into center field. Pages charges on a dunk shot, base hit for Tatis. Infield hit for him in the 3rd, and now a blooper of a base hit to keep the 7th inning going for Andujar.
Off the end of the bat, no chance for Andy. He barely got into the screen there. He had to hesitate to figure out what that ball was going to do.
And now Trinan's got to deal with the guy that's been the Padres' best hitter this year. Going deep again tonight, and Andujar has homered in both games in this series, gives him 5 for the season. And his average right at 300. Here's the homer that he hit against Yamamoto yesterday. The solo shot in the 1st inning. That would be the game's offense right there. But a lot more of it tonight. He's been a part of a power display. 2 home runs on both sides.
Well, if you throw the sinker inside, you've got to get it in off the plate so he pulls it foul or takes it. We're getting Tanner Scott ready for Sheets on deck. But the game right now is Andujar against Trinan.
Speed at Tatis at first. Boy, had a great secondary lead and then threw on the brakes. Caught trying to steal last night. 6th time that he's been caught. 11 successful steals though. Trinan's 1-0. Will come after a toss over. There goes Tatis. No throw from Smith. Go ahead run in scoring position. And it's 2-0 on Andujar.
Blake with pretty much the full leg kick didn't give Will a chance.
Ball 3.
Here's where you've got to know that the lefty is ready in the pen. And it's your job to still get him out, but not give in here. And they're going to put him on. Probably going to make a pitching change.
So instead of trying to battle back against a hot hitter in Andujar with Trinan, Dave Roberts is going to go Tanner Scott against Gavin Sheets. Tied at 4 in the bottom of the 7th. Tanner Scott, 7 consecutive scoreless outings coming into this one. And after he had a .475 last year in a debut season with the Dodgers, he would like to soon forget. How about those numbers? 174, and the league hitting below 150 against him. He has looked like he looked when he pitched here.
The slider has been outstanding, and probably going to be using that. He's got the fastball and the slider. The slider just barely over 100 when the league has tried to hit it. He's done much better in 2-strike counts this year also. He was crushing last year emotionally when he get people to 2 strikes, and he just threw too many strikes with 2 strikes, and when it was a strike, it was usually near the middle of the plate and he got hit.
We saw Ramon Laureano is headed up there as the pinch hitter for Sheets. Laureano normally good against lefties. This season, though, just 176. Tatis at second, and Andujar at first. Scott comes home. Laureano takes a strike. Started yesterday, was 0 for 3. After a big year last year, just 214. 2 on, 2 out. 0-1 pitch. Laureano has faced Scott 4 times. He's got a hit, has a walk against him. On this 1-1, swings and misses at the fastball. Strike 2.
That was perfect height. Good solid velocity. Sets up anything. Go up the ladder a little higher, or back foot breaking ball for a ball.
A little higher. 2-2. Machado's on deck.
Just a little too high with that one. Not close enough to bite.
Deuces wild in the 7th. The 2-2 pitch. Into left field. Hernandez back onto the track. He's got it over the shoulder. Makes the catch. Ends the inning. 7 in the books. Man, it's been good stuff. Tied at 4 to the 8th. What a game that has seen 4 home runs. We head to the 8th, tied at 4. Freddie Freeman's gone deep twice. Machado and Laureano, or Machado and Andujar for the Padres. And top of the order for the Dodgers, Adrian Morejon to Shohei Ohtani, who chops the first pitch foul. It's been like an injection of October into the middle of the season here in these 2 games. Mentioning Dave Roberts saying that you don't want to make it more than just 3 games because then you overreact to everything that happens, and you don't want that. But he said if the last 3 years of these matchups have taught him anything, it's that it's great to have games that give you that postseason sensation when the regular season has felt like a bit of a formality at times in recent years. Said it's been great to have the Padres there to push him. Ohtani scorches a base hit into right field. Hustling out of the box. Chugging for second. He's got a leadoff double. The ball kicks away, and man, he's playing with his hair on fire.
I don't know if he hit his helmet or he knocked it off on purpose to run faster, but he was definitely thinking too as soon as he left the box. And boy, has he got good balance now. The swing looks in tune.
He says this thing's too heavy. Get off me.
Yeah, he took it off. He said, I need some speed. I want to feel the wind.
And I got great hair.
Another endorsement coming.
Oh, man. Betts chases strike 1. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Ohtani's second double of the game. On base 6 times in these 2 games. Betts trying to join the fun. He's 0 for 3, though he's hit it really hard the last 2 times. Line to left, line to center. Mookie came up twice in the back half of the game last night with a tying run in scoring position and could not deliver. Another chance right here. The 1-1. After a look back.
Ohtani with reverse splits coming in the game, and it proved to be true. Hitting almost 290 off of lefties. Just over 260 off of righties.
1-2.
Mookie got a chance to go 0 for 4, but this last 0 for needs to be a productive out.
Stays alive. Spoiling that changeup.
You'll take the hit for sure, but if there's any way for him to force the ball to the right side.
Man of the night waits on deck. Another 1-2 from Morahone. Betts takes ball 2. Morahone last year 13-6 at a 2 ERA, +5 this year. A lot of that was early though. He's been much better lately. The lefty from Cuba deals 2-2.
Mookie had shots last night to get the job done. Here he gets a shot tonight. Coming into this game, just hitting 200 with runners in scoring position. The guy on deck hitting 308, so you want to get him over for Freddie at least.
Another 2-2. Betts lifts one in the air to right center field. Merrill sprinted in that direction, makes the grab. That'll get the job done. Ohtani to third. Go ahead run 90 feet away. Good stuff by Mookie Betts, who was down quickly. Still found a way to advance him. And so Ohtani's at third and Freddie Freeman's coming up. 2 home runs in his previous 38 games. 2 home runs in this game alone.
Looks like October, Freddie. And with Mookie getting Ohtani to third, that was some winning baseball October flavor.
Ruben Niebla's out for a visit with Morahone. Dodgers trying to break this bullpen. And now's the time to do it with Mason Miller waiting for you in the 9th inning.
They might think about pitching Freddie really carefully and going after the next lefty in Kyle Tucker to set up the double play. The strategy would be to throw every pitch to Freddie like it's an 0-2 count, trying to get him to chase. We're going to bring the infield in. If we get something weak, we can throw him out at home.
Freeman 1 for 11 against Morahone. For whatever it's worth, Tucker 3 for 7 with a homer. Here we go. Strike 1. Massive hole on the left side of the infield.
For me, it looks like Freddie's giving himself a little bit more room to push the ball over there. He looks like he's farther away from the plate.
The 1-1 from Morahone. Freeman takes ball 2. Ohtani at third, top of the 8th inning. 2-1 pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Fermin. But it's 3-1 on Freeman.
We're definitely pitching him close. Very careful. Wouldn't be surprised if this is low and away again.
Dodgers looking for their first lead since the first. 3-2. Couldn't get to that high fastball. Payoff. Struck him out.
(3-1) was a chase. 3-2 was an excellent pitch.
Up to Tucker. Strike one. Left-handers against Morejon, 5 for 39. 12 Ks.
Well, he's throwing the ball right now. He's turning back the clock to last year.
Back to him. Dodgers waste the leadoff double. When the game wraps up, Access SportsNet Dodgers presented by Mercury Insurance. It's another thrilling game these guys are going to have to break down. Tied at 4 to the bottom of the 8th. Manny Machado leads off against Tanner Scott. And like Freddie Freeman, Machado, a struggling hitter coming in that connected on a home run tonight. Scott's 0-1. Got a chase, strike 2.
The pitcher's duel last night had us on the edge of our seat the whole game. And this one got us on the edge of our seat when Freddie tied it up.
It is Will Klein getting ready for the Dodgers. And of course Mason Miller for the Padres. Dodgers have Smith, Muncy, and Pages due up. All three of those guys saw Miller last night.
Or at least they saw his body. I'm not sure
That's
they
true.
saw the ball coming out of his hand.
He allegedly threw.
Yeah.
Another 0-2. Another foul off of the bat of Machado. Bogarts and Merrill following this inning. Dodgers trying to end the Padres' 4-game winning streak and leapfrog them back into first place. Looking for their 6th win in their last 7 games. Lazy fly down the line. Is there room? No, there was, but Freeman couldn't catch it. Tight quarters over there. And Machado's still alive.
This ball had some serious curve on it also. It's coming down. The spin's taking over.
Scott was ahead 0-2 just like that, but 4 straight foul balls since. Finishes him off this time.
Manny was in swing mode. They felt like they didn't need to throw him a strike, and they were right.
On to the 4th strikeout for Dodger pitching in this game. 1 out in the 8th. Xander Bogaerts comes up. 0 for 3 today. 7 homers for the year for Bogaerts. Fly to right. Going to get him on 1 pitch. It's nice after the long battle with Machado. 2 away. Jackson Merrill, 2 for his last 27, and now has to go lefty-lefty against Scott. Whoa. Something comes flying onto the field there. Is that a bat weight from Castellanos? Just broke. Lucky that flew into a dead spot there. Here's an 0-1. Merrill takes it down. Count evens up. There's Castellanos swing. Oh, this bat feels a lot lighter suddenly. Wow. Broken bat.
It was the first ball that Tanner Scott has thrown this inning. 2 in a row.
Make it 3. Scott back where he finished up the 2024 season. Firing 3-1 to Merrill and walking the lefty. Four walks issued in this game by the Dodgers. All 4 of them have come with 2 outs and led to some higher stress innings than were needed to be. So Merrill's aboard. 9 stolen bases, has not been caught this year, and Castellanos is at the plate.
Watch out for the ambush here on the first pitch.
Powerful hitter, good against lefties, aggressive hitter, swings and misses at a first pitch slider.
Nice pitch call agreed upon by Tanner Scott and Will Smith.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Castellanos 2 for 3 against Scott in his career, but down 0-2 very quickly.
If you're going to throw the slider again, throw it as low as you did to Machado.
He did, buried it.
Yep. So you're throwing the same pitch 3 times in a row, and that was the perfect spray pattern. 1 for a strike, 1 a little bit lower, and then the next one even lower. You don't want to train the hitter and then throw a worse one.
Merrill leaning at first, not running. Castellanos takes ball 2.
That last pitch gave me a little bit of nightmares of Tanner Scott last year, going for the high fastball, and all of a sudden he's throwing it all the way down by the knees. Last year he threw it right down the middle.
From 0-2 to 3-2. Now the go-ahead run gets a head start. Great speed to begin with, and a little turbo boost on this full count. 4-4, bottom of the 8th. Payoff pitch from Tanner Scott. Castellanos swings and misses, and we go to the 9th inning. Tied at 4, Mason Miller coming in. Will Smith, Max Muncy, Andy Pages coming up. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. We're tied at 4 to the 9th inning, and it's another look at Mason Miller, Will Smith, Max Muncy, Andy Pages. This is the part of the order that he founded against last night. Went 1-2-3 after he had walked the first 2. It was quite a heel turn to get him his 15th save in as many tries.
He's erratic with both pitches, but he finally threw a slider for a strike that got him back on track.
1-1 on Smith. Missed with 9 of his first 10 pitches. 12 straight strikes to finish. 2 strikeouts an inning on the year. Buckles his knees, 1-2. He's talking to Will about facing him. He said what stands out most is just how big he is. And then the delivery's over the top. It's like it's coming right downhill at you. On 1-2, Smith takes a fastball that misses. Couple defensive changes. Song is in at second. Tatis goes out to right to replace Castellanos. So you can put Song into the 7th spot in the order, which made the last out of the 8th. Stays alive, chipping that slider. Make sure the bat is still in one piece. Miller was untouchable the first month of the season or so. Not quite as automatic lately. Yeah, he's finished the job, but has shown some signs of vulnerability. Smith shortens up, and you better when it's 102 like that.
I think he's going to get a slider now. It's going to be hard to lay off of.
Left it over the plate, and it was popped up. Tatis. Oh, boy. Tatis, the call, and then Song runs right in front of him, and Fernando not too pleased about that.
He's calling for it. Somebody's ears were closed.
Well, if you happen to just tune in, relayed earlier in the game, Max said that Mason Miller's the nastiest he's ever faced. Doesn't have to worry about it on that pitch.
He might be slightly less nasty tonight after 22 pitches last night. His 8th here tonight.
Two 2-0 on Muncy. Mason Miller, who started his college career at a Division III school. Fastball in the 80s. Delivers 2-0. Muncy fouls it off, and he was feeling tired. He was losing weight. Couldn't figure out what was going on. Turns out type 1 diabetic, and so learns how to manage that disease. First was identifying it, adds weight, starts throwing hard and harder and harder and harder. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Muncy. Transferred D3 to D1, got drafted by the A's, and now the best there is. Two and 2 on Muncy. 4-4 in the 9th. Miller fires. Inside, count is full. Struck him out on a slider last night. See what he gets here. Challenge.
Padres challenging the strike call.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. It is ball 4.
The only thing that would make that more exciting is if it was a walk of Alex Call.
Speaking of Alex Call, he's going to pinch run for Muncy. Give you these details on Alex pinch ran last night. Not a great base stealer, just a little above 50% for his career. Go ahead, run aboard. Andy Pages up. Grounded out to third against Miller last night. Good lead for Call, not running. Pages sprays the first pitch foul.
That was a very nice pass and an excellent slider.
Those are the ones he's hit this year. And the best breaking ball hitter in the National League. Dodgers looking for their first lead since the first. Call. Oh, baby! Catches a break! He had been picked off, but it's thrown away. And Alex Call, instead of being out number 2, is at third base. What a gift.
He was going on first move, and the first move was a throw to first. Miller threw it like 100 over to first. It got the deflection, and Alex Call sees it get away on his own. Doesn't even need Dino Ebel until Dino holds him up coming around third.
Yeah, now you got the go-ahead run 90 feet away, but against a guy where that is the least simple thing that there is. Historically good strikeout rate, and he'll be searching for one here against Pages. Pitching coach Ruben Niebla was saying, look, maybe not what it was early, so maybe now he's just simply great. It's not historically great right now, but you'll take what little crack in the armor you can find. The Dodgers taking 2 bases thanks to his throwaway. Infield is in with an 0-1 count on Pages.
Alex Call will be going on contact. He won't make the ball go through against this guy.
Fouls back a fastball, and it's 0-2.
Going on contact if it's on the ground. If it's in the air, of course, you're tagging up.
Pages leading the league in runs batted in. Here's the 0-2. Plucked by Fermin.
Wow. Could have easily been a wild pitch. Deflect off the catcher's glove. He just barely captures this one.
Think he sticks with the fastball?
Yeah, he might be afraid of the slider for a wild pitch in the dirt. He might stay heater up.
It's been Pages' weakness. It is a fastball, and he stays alive, slamming it foul.
Well, that sets up the slightly elevated, more fastball up top, or the slider down low.
Oh, what a pick.
They've had 2 close ones.
What a treat these games have been. 1-0 Monday, 4-4 here in game 2. On 2-2, Pages stays alive. Dug a little off, down to 101.
The best against the best right now in present tense, these two.
Pages bearing down, fouling off a few. 7th pitch coming from Miller. Breaking ball, pop back, out of play, will do it again.
So hard to have plate coverage and strike zone discipline against this kind of stuff.
With no real pattern to it.
Great job. Wow. What an at-bat. You're like, what an at-bat? All he's doing is fouling it off. Yeah, you're fouling it off against a guy who gets a lot of swing and miss.
He's fouled off 6. On the 9th pitch, Pages Slams one to right center field. Tatis back, makes the catch. Here comes Call. Here's the throw. Relay to the plate. Not in time. Dodgers take the lead. Alex Call with a feet-first slide under the tag of Fermin. Padres will challenge. As it stands right now, Andy Pages caps a 9-pitch at-bat with a sacrifice fly.
Challenge in the safe call at home plate.
Does his foot get down on the plate?
Exactly. It's over it. Is it down before he gets the tag on the back?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's safe. He got the toe down.
Helmet off, toe down.
And they're worried about blocking the plate, too. Dave Roberts is out there to say if the challenge comes back that he's out, I want a review on blocking the plate.
After review of the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is safe. San Diego will lose it.
Dodgers lead for the first time since the first inning.
What a great job by Andy Pages. Alex Call giving up his body to score that run, getting his foot down. It was some battle.
The Dodgers attempting to hand Mason Miller his first loss in 1 year and 1 day. He's out of the game. They've taken the lead. Pages, what an at-bat. One of the at-bats of the year right there from their breakout center fielder.
Pages with a battle, and boy, did he get it out there just far enough. Tatis charges this ball and gets behind it. Throws it a little low for me to hit the cutoff man. I got to throw it all the way in the air or go for the one hop. It would have got there a little bit quicker, and that might have been enough.
Proves to be a game of inches right there. And Max Muncy, whose walk set the table. Hands in the air as the Dodgers take the lead. Ron Marinaccio comes on to pitch. Ball one on Teoscar Hernandez. Now you look ahead to the bottom half of the 9th inning. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Padres. Dodgers have already used Tanner Scott. It's going to be Will Klein looking for his first career save.
What a fun game last night, and another one. Marquee matchup in all of baseball, and it is not disappointing.
Gets away from Marinaccio.
Dodgers in second place by half a game, now up by a run here with a few outs to go. Almost feels like they're tied for first.
Alex Call, gotta love it.
He loves to play baseball.
Strike 3 called on Hernandez.
Batter's challenge.
He's going to challenge it. And Mason Miller has his own throwing error. He can blame for the Dodgers cracking
Los Angeles has
through.
1 challenge remaining.
And putting him in position to suffer his first loss in more than a year. It's Will Klein looking for his first save when you come back. Man, oh man, what a game this has been. Full of drama. Dodgers led 2-0 early. Padres took a 4-2 lead. But the Dodgers have come back, and they lead 5-4. Their first lead since the first inning. Pages with a sacrifice fly to bring home Alex Call. But you think about what led to that. Max Muncy with the challenge on a 3-2 pitch to get the walk on what initially was called strike 3. Call pinch runs for him. is picked off of first base, but Mason Miller throws the ball away. A two-base error that put him in position to score on Pages' sac fly. Now, as if that's not enough, you've got Will Klein looking for his first career save. He pumps in a fastball for a strike to tie France. 8-9-1 for the Padres in the ninth. Fermin and Tatis to follow as this one's poked down the line, peeling towards the corner, and foul. Strike two.
You take the nerves going for your first save and you channel it into energy, and if he does it correctly, he's got amazing stuff. And that energy, those nerves, should make it a little extra special if he puts it in the right place.
Visibly trying to channel those nerves. Kicks and fires an 0-2 and misses high. Just do what you did on that October night. You'll always be remembered for. Did he go? He did. One gone in the ninth.
It's a pitch where you need a chase. You need an aggressive hitter, and he got it.
One away for Fermin.
It's when hitters want to be heroes, they swing at pitches like that.
And how about this bullpen for the Dodgers tonight? 1 1/3 scoreless from Enriquez. 2/3 scoreless for Vesia and Trinan. Down the line, foul. Tanner Scott goes 1 1/3, and now Klein. 5 relievers trying to put together a 7th consecutive scoreless game for the pen.
Yeah, don't be talking about the San Diego pen. Come on, look at the Dodger pen. Let's go. That's what our crew is thinking about.
Fastball scoots by him, strike two. And this is with several of the key guys on the injured list. None bigger than Edwin Diaz. You've got Dreyer on the IL. Brock Stewart on the IL. Still waiting on Phillips to make his return. Here's a chopper to second and Kim. And there's out number 2 of the night. Back to last week, Tuesday. Top of the order, Tatis. 2 hits tonight, infield hit and a blue pit. Klein's 1-0. Bouncing ball to third. There's Espinal. There's the ball game, and what a game it was. Dodgers come back to beat the Padres 5-4, breaking the game's best. Mason Miller suffers his first defeat in more than a year.
Some great storylines in this game. Ohtani still hot. Freddie Freeman getting hot. Pages stays hot with a great sac fly. And the bullpen, immaculate.
5 relievers combined for 5 scoreless innings, just 1 hit over those 5 innings. For Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from San Diego. Tomorrow's the rubber match, and it's an hour earlier. First pitch comes at 5:40. Stay tuned for Access SportsNet Dodgers, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night.